That's more like it. So, due to storage reasons, and because I was talking about the Batman of Earth 2, I didn't realize it was of Earth 2 when I did the little looksies. But the video title clearly, you know. So, because I did that, I had to delay this video longer than expected because I couldn't record anything. So, yeah. But, it was a bug. I've made my cat go crazy, by the way. He's just chilling. He's just chilling. How you doing? You want to be petted? Okay, but here's a little vlog about my job. We're just gonna call this "What's on My Mind" number 5. I wonder how many number 5s I've made. I haven't really been keeping track of the number. I'm gonna go re-edit the titles at some point if I messed up at any point. So, whatever. This could be number 6, number 7, number 8, or number 9. It's definitely not gonna be number 10, but whatever. I am on the caffeine. I'm actually not, and besides that, caffeine doesn't affect my body in this way. That came out really, really dirty. It doesn't really affect my body in any capacity. I can literally drink a Monster and then immediately go to sleep. So, but yeah. Anyways, in this video, I will not name names, but there is someone who pisses me off, so we'll get to her in a minute. Him. Her. Who isn't? You'll never know. But, yeah, I work at Goodwill now. So, basically, is my hair doing that floof thing again? Weirdly. Yeah, I couldn't get it to go down. Whatever. That's what she said. So yeah, work at Goodwill now, and you would think it would be easy, but one day I was literally walking until my feet were bleeding, and then I got crushed by a table, and my stomach felt weird for a few days. It was a weird little table with it was round, but you could turn it into a square table by folding the round parts in, and then the legs needed to be screwed on, and we didn't have the means to do that for some reason. So we were just like, if you buy that, it needs some work. Yeah. But basically, I got crushed by the table because I couldn't get a good hold grip on it, and then I dropped it. And they were like, "Oh, and if you get injured, let us know, and we'll give you a break." And I was like, "I don't need a break. I need a gastroenterologist." For a few days, it felt like my organs were just swishing around in here. I probably should have scheduled an appointment at the ER. Oh well. I hadn't told anyone though, so pretty sure I don't get paid for injuries on the job. But if I started coughing up blood, that would be a different story. But they don't pay me to get when I crunch my toe on a wall. What's that called? Stubbing. When I stub my toe. I don't know how I forgot that. When I crunch my toe. But yeah, the first day, it was routine, but they just kind of threw me in the deep end and I had no idea what to do. And then this jerk, who I was not going to list, he is just all like, "Oh, well, friggin', he's throwing t-shirts over here and shorts over there." And I'm like, no, because I know where t-shirts and shorts go. It's the other stuff I have a problem with. It's common freaking sense where shit goes, But then she's just, "Oh, well, no, you don't. You're clearly an idiot then. Didn't they put you through training?" And like, you've been with me since I've gotten here. Have you seen me go through any training? Literally none. Literally no training for the job. I just do whatever's told of me. I hope I did it right. Sometimes I ask when I'm not sure. When I think I'm sure, though, I don't even bother. I'm like, "Well, I'm pretty sure this goes here." And then I make a mistake, okay? I'll admit to that. I am weirdly out of breath. I think it's because I'm in here in the garage and there's not a whole lot of ventilating. But, yeah, he's just all, oh, well, friggin', you better put stuff where it goes, and then what? And she's out to get me. I swear. She's like, oh, you gotta stop doing whatever it is you're doing because Miss, even though she's friendly, I'm still not gonna say names. I screwed up when I said my friend's name. We're not having a repeat of that. Um, but she's all, well, yeah, the manager is like, oh, you gotta stop what you're doing because you're doing this. And I'm like, and then she's like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, you're still pulling clothes. Okay, whatever. And I'm like, I'm so confused. You tell me to do both, I can do both. But both of you are telling me not to do anything, and I don't get paid to do nothing. So I'm confused. I can do both, but you won't let me do nothing, and yet you don't want me to do nothing. It's really confusing. In fact, I'm gonna take the ID out of it because, there's information on it. But there's my vest. So let me put that back in now. I'll probably comb through this video and try to get rid of instances where maybe you can see it, but I don't think you can. So yeah, basically. Basically, he's an asshole. So that's the point of the story. But he's like, oh, well, this is what the manager says, but this is what you're actually going to do because I want to get you in trouble with the manager, probably. Like, I know the world doesn't revolve around me, but in this instance, I think it kind of does, right? I would have to think. She's got a problem with me. I don't know what her deal is. I'm like, could you at least just wait like 4 weeks? I'll be gone in 4 weeks. You can have your hissy fit about me then. But yeah, when they say, oh, well, the damn world doesn't revolve around you. Yeah, who's it revolving around right now? I'm the only one who's getting yelled at by him. Why am I doing that? I'm flipping between. Yeah, see, now you guys are getting an idea. Might as well just continue with her. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to slip any other details in there. I just can't keep the flippy thing. Or maybe that's just what I want you to think. I'm confused. But basically she's just, oh, well, yeah, and she did this from day one, and she's still doing this as of Thursday. I'm off Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. My cat freaking died. But yeah, she still does this, and I'm just like, could you, like, just stop? She's doing this from day one, but up until the 6th day, it didn't really bother me. I was just like, whatever. But, if we could have, how some couples have, like, oh, well, 4 people that aren't not you that I'm allowed to have sex with, and you write into a notebook or make a list or whatever. 5 people that I can break their noses would be a much better list. And we're going to have her, and her. So, that's, and her. So it's like 5 times I can break her nose. That'd be great. So, yeah, basically. Now, I haven't said anything. I haven't done anything. Oh my god, my stomach is hurting. This is unrelated. I don't know what this is. It stopped hurting, like, 2 days after I got squished by the table, so it's fine. It's unrelated, but wow, this is weird and I'm out of breath. So, probably the garage, both reasons. So, it's kind of hot out here and stuffy. So, my cat's retarded. You're gonna hear a loud noise, and that's gonna be the cat dying. That's what it is. I'm not gonna kill it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's gonna kill itself. Asher is very, very explorative. So yeah, and on day 3, I didn't have to lift any tables. I didn't really have to do much of anything. It was just pulling, but my legs were sore, which they are now because my legs never get better. I've been working out when I get home. Even though I'm already tired, I just take some pills. And after the pills have had their effect and after they're wearing off, I go back to doing some exercise. Push. I would do pull-ups, but I have a tail, and it's not easily visible, but it's there. Apparently, it's a side effect of scoliosis. It's not like a freaking tail that a Saiyan would have, but it's cool. It's cool. It doesn't do anything. It just hurts. So yeah, I guess cool. But kind of wanted to grow out, so I have a dog tail or a monkey tail. A monkey tail would be cooler and a lot more useful. But yeah, I don't do sit-ups because it hurts my tail. But look at this. What are you doing? You just jumped from the ladder. Don't you freaking meow. You want pets? You don't want pets? You're getting pets! So yeah. Oh, he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. Never mind. He's smarter than he looks. Even though yesterday he jumped into a window like a bird. He just charged up and then did the accordion. You know how an accordion works? Like, just imagine a cat doing that motion. That's all you have to know. Think Tom and Jerry, actually. So, there you go. Oh, he's gonna do it again. Oh. But, yeah, this job is awesome. Doesn't pay very well. I guess I'm not doing a whole lot to earn that paycheck, but, still. However, last week, I was doing a lot of outside work. I was doing a lot of pulling and a lot of stuff. So I only have to work 4 hours a week though, so it's great. Cat, what are you doing? You've clearly never heard the term "curiosity kills the cat." It's not a term; it's a phrase. Oh my! Are you gonna get it to the top of the ladder? I should probably do something about that. Cat, you're gonna die. This is non-negotiable. The cost of this climb is your life. What is this? Mount Everest for cats? Are you just gonna sit up there? I guess there's nowhere for the ladder to go. It's being propped up against all this stuff. You just be careful, okay? I'll come and get you in a minute. Lucky cats are resilient. They could fall at their own terminal velocity and still be just fine. Someone was like, oh, they can't fall at their own terminal velocity for like 30 minutes. Well, yes, they can, because all that's changing is the speed. It doesn't matter how high you are up. If you reach top speed and you're only 2 feet above the ground, you're dead. It's not about how high you are. It's about how fast you're going. So, speaking of which, Titans, I'm not doing episodic reviews like the rest of the community. I will just give my thoughts on the episode every now and then, though, which I guess is a review. But only when there's some big stuff. And there was some big stuff to break down recently. So, however, I'm still going to wait till the season's done for, a review. So, yeah, but, well, now you're at the bottom level of the garage. Interesting. But yeah, nothing really interesting happened on day 4. I just kind of went and did my job and came back home. Day 5, this lady was back at it at full force, and that's when I started realizing, oh my god, you are annoying. And then day 6, she's actually complaining about me to the manager, and I'm like, and then the manager responds with, you do this every single time we have a new person here. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. I'm just glad that this is not a new thing, but I don't even know how she still has a job. I'll be honest with you. She doesn't seem to contribute that much. I mean, she does do a lot of the paperwork, but she isn't HR. She isn't doing anything important. She's just doing it. I don't know. To a degree, we all have to do a little bit of paperwork, but she's just always doing it. It's not like she has to. I don't think. I think I don't know. But she's supposed to work it up front, and she doesn't do anything. In fact, when people need her at the register, she's rarely ever there. I'm still working on it because only on the 6th day did I even get a vest. 6th? Yeah, 6th. And only on no, it was the 3rd day when I got a vest, because that was the first meeting that I went to. And only on the 6th day did I get my code and stuff working so I could clock in and out and stuff. I'm not gonna say what that is, obviously. But yeah. So, and I still haven't done training. However, on day 5, they said, "Oh, and your training's gonna be tomorrow." And I'm like, I already beat the game, and now you're giving me the tutorial. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And then, this other guy I'm working with. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter to say kid. I mean, he's like younger than me, I think. Not so much younger, because then it wouldn't even be legal for him to have employment. But he's a good, like, I don't know, year and a half younger than me. So, nothing wrong with that. He's way taller than me, though. I don't understand why everyone I know is way taller than me. I mean, aside from people in my family, but Matt is taller than me. Pretty sure, I'm pretty sure LC is taller than me. Even my ex-girlfriend, I mean, I don't really keep up with her anyways. Obviously, especially after, you know, how I told you how things turned out. But then, pretty sure SF is taller than me. Last time, yeah, because last time I met her, it was really awkward after how things left off. So, I was just looking at my toes, but I'm pretty sure she was taller than me. So like, hey, these are some pretty good toes. Yeah, no, it was awkward. You don't just run into your ex-girlfriend at a Target parking lot, and then, you know, the family, since our families are, well, my dad and her dad, because my mom and her mom aren't so close anymore. It ended negatively for them too. They don't like each other, but my dad and her dad still like each other, so, you know. But anyways, running into them in the parking lot and them basically forcing us two together was kind of awkward. So I was just like, hey, I have good toes. Anyways, that's not what this is about. So basically, it just doesn't make any sense. Everything was really inconvenient for me, though, recently, because the last day of this week, I walked, which is day 8th, the 8th day, day 8th, day 8. The 8th day was not great. My parents had to go to Houston, so they dropped me off early. So I was just waiting for them to open the door while they traveled off to a Houston doctor's appointment. It was cold and no one would answer the door, so I had to walk around the building a few times till they opened up the donation area so I could just break in that way. I say break in, but really I just walked through the door when they weren't looking, which is also kind of shady. But I worked there, so it's fine. They wouldn't let me in. I was knocking on the door. They just didn't see me. And the glass was weird because I was knocking on it and I was doing it pretty, like, I was doing it like that, but you couldn't hear a damn thing. I couldn't hear a damn thing. I couldn't even feel the door vibrate. It was weird. The glass was just, like, super thick on the door, and so I guess it just didn't come through or something like that. But yeah, basically, I was out in the cold because it was 42 degrees outside, and I had a jacket, and I was there for like 10 minutes waiting. On the plus side, even though the store was still open, I arrived like half an hour early, so I was still 10 minutes early, and I'm now getting paid for overtime, because when I clocked in, but I wish they would pay me for standing out in the cold. Like, I didn't willingly do that, but that's on you. I could have got paid for even more overtime. But anyways, the it was cold. But yeah, I was walking around until my feet were bleeding, and then this one dude, if I didn't know any better, I would think he was trying to kill someone. He wanted jumper cables, a water bucket, and a chair. And I'm like, what are you doing? Tying someone down with... You must have got the rope somewhere. The chair, you're going to tie someone down, put water over them, and then zap them? I'm like, what is happening? We're using the jumper cables as a rope, so that way people don't suspect anything. And really, all you're going to... Ooh, that's dangerous. Don't do that, actually. That can make shit explode, if I remember correctly. My dad was like, never do this with a jumper cable. And I'm really only just now flashing back to it. It's like doing something and time slows down and shit's exploding, and then you just remember, don't do this with a jumper cable. And then you're just, as you're dying, you're just like, I messed up. It is now 12 o'clock. Which for some reason my watch says is 000, which always annoys me. I mean, I know that's how it is in military time, but why call it the 24-hour setting when it doesn't go up to 24? It goes to 23 and then 000. 000. So like 100 hours or something like that. Anyways, the point of this was so and they were obviously, I'm not gonna say where I live, but they were 5.5 hours away from where I was. Meaning that when I got off of work, since they hadn't even made it to the doctor's appointment. That means that they were not there to pick me up, obviously. And when they got back, it was actually... They left at 5 a.m. No, that can't be right because they dropped me off at 9. They left at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. and they got back at 11:06 p.m. So, yeah, obviously at 1 p.m. they weren't there to pick me up. So, I had to call a family friend. Well, he's nice and he's a nurse for my brother. I unfortunately wouldn't say he's a family friend at this point. He's only been here a few days. But he's nice. And he would make a great family friend. But we gotta get to that point, I guess. So, it's like you don't just meet a guy at the office and be like, you're my new best friend, you know? So, as weird rambling as that is. But he was nice enough to pick me up. And then, he brought me home, so that concludes that day. I think my feet started bleeding again when I was in the shower, which was really gross. So, that warranted a second shower, because it's kind of covered in blood. Yeah. You probably didn't need to know that part. My speech therapist was right. I do need to work on overshare. That laugh makes it seem way worse. So, yeah, I'm full of dirty ramblings by accident. But, where the hell did my cat go? The garage is closed. There's no way he got in or out. Well, he got in when... Yeah, so... Well, there's no way he could get out. So, he's in here. Oh, I found him. Sorry. Did not mean to disturb you. I mean, I kind of did, but didn't know where you were and you weren't answering me. I know you know what I want when I say my cat. It's like when I say Dexter and he just ignores me. What an ass.